This is Big Dink Energy, the pickleball podcast that's half insight, half nonsense, and all entertainment. If you love pickleball, don't take yourself too seriously and think a little trash talk makes the game better, welcome home. This is the place where life and pickleball intersect. We celebrate the chaos, call out the nonsense, and put the fun back in dysfunction. You're either in or you're out. And if you're still listening, you're in. So let's go. Big Dink Energy starts now. Welcome back to another episode of Big Dink Energy, where we bring you a little bit of life, a little bit about pickleball, and a whole lot of unscripted fun. I'm glad you're joining us again. So I'm going to get into something here, and it's kind of near and dear to my heart too. And it's not really a hot take or anything like that, just something I was thinking about. And I saw this come across the other day when I was doing some research. Celebrities owning pickleball teams. Like Tom Brady owns a pickleball team.
That's crazy.
It started with tequila, and now they're trying to take over pickleball.
Yeah.
Celebrities own everything.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So, are they jumping on? Is it a bandwagon? Is it like the crypto thing where they jumped on?
Right. Are they just chasing a trend, or do they really like the sport?
I just think it shows the growth of the sport, because a couple years ago, a pickleball team went for like $100,000. And now they're going for like $10 million.
Yeah, millions of dollars. Millions. I mean, you got, like I said, Tom Brady's involved.
So like the average person can't, sponsor a pickleball team. You have to have that kind of income before you can even begin to think about doing that.
Yeah, and I can't even imagine like the behind the scenes. Are they trading players like baseball cards? You know what I mean?
Right. Is there going to be a pickleball draft?
I'm waiting for keeping up with
pickleball draft.
Keeping up with the Dinkdashians or something.
Oh my God!
Is that where we're headed?
Yeah.
A reality show? I actually think there is one in the works.
I think there is too. Not Adam Sandler. Zoolander. Who plays Zoolander?
Oh, Ben Stiller.
Ben Stiller.
Yeah.
I think I saw that.
Yeah. No, that's he's doing the next iteration of dodgeball. It's going to be pickleball.
Oh,
that's what it is.
No, I did see that there's going to be a reality show. It's like they're calling it a mixture of like Survivor and The Bachelor.
With pickleball?
Yes.
Wow.
I don't know.
I can't wait for them to call me. I'm sure that call is coming in any day. Not for the Bachelor side, obviously, but for the just good-looking pickleball player.
I guess the owning of teams I can see, but I think the celebrity, like if we start to see like $500 Taylor Swift paddle, I'm done.
Oh, that's coming. That's
ridiculous.
I'm just done.
But when I saw Tom Brady, I'm like, okay, what is it? Just a trophy you don't already have, Tom? Is that what it is? Is that why you're getting involved?
Right.
So
you have your $800,000 watch from the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah.
You need to be involved in something else.
Yeah,
He's gonna have an $800,000 paddle next time.
Yeah, like, hey, dude, you're winning at life. Come on, let us have pickleball.
Step
back just a little bit. The bar was low enough for me to get in and call myself an athlete. But now you're stepping it up, Mr. Dimple Chin.
Oh gosh.
No, yeah, I'm a Tom Brady fan. I'm a Patriots fan. Y'all probably know that. So I mean, I'm kind of in. But
Drew Brees too. I mean, it just goes down the list.
You just naming people I don't know.
What are the? So what are some of the other celebs that maybe we think should own a pickleball team that would make maybe a little bit more fun?
I don't follow celebrity. I don't even know who people are.
I'm not big on celebrities.
So I wouldn't even know who to choose. Like I would be like, Chevy Chase. Like that's how old I think.
Well, no, here.
I was thinking Reba. That was the first. Like, could you imagine Reba yelling at you on the court?
Of course you were.
Yes.
No, she's too busy in all her 85 sitcoms.
Oh yeah,
I know.
Why is she in like 95 sitcoms?
Yeah.
Oh, the next one, Happy's Place.
Oh.
I am obsessed with Happy's Place.
I've never heard somebody with a worse speech impediment get
We
so
are
many
so
shows.
sidebar right now, but this is why we call her Paddle Princess, because literally she is the 100% opposite of us. Like anytime that advertisement comes on for Happy's Place, Guy and I are like, oh my God, we can't stand
I love it.
I guess no. So I'm looking like Martha Stewart's going to drop a line of paddles for sure.
Her and Snoop.
Yes.
Yeah, so Snoop's and everything, T-Mobile and everything. So Snoop is going to be D-O double dink, right? You know what I mean? He's bringing. I know
I
he's
would
bringing
buy
it.
that.
There's going to be rolling papers. There's going to be low riders with pickleball
handle wraps.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Snoop.
I mean, I could see it.
See, that's what I said. I mean, what other celebrity? And Okay, now here's you know what voiceover is going to be for every pickleball high dollar match. Morgan Freeman's going to come out there. That dude is voicing.
He is
everything.
85 5 times over.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Like for sure.
Yeah. He's
Okay.
yeah.
Just
When I saw that, obviously the Tom Brady thing piqued my interest, but then I started thinking, well, what other celebrities would be cool to watch own a team and see what kind of spin, pun intended, they would put on it for sure.
yeah.
But I think it's different between having a celebrity who has an endorsement in equipment and who is putting out equipment versus somebody who actually owns a team.
they have a lot more invested.
Right.
They just didn't make their makeup line and put their name on it. Kylie
Exactly.
Jenner. It's like, we know what you're
No
white
offense,
labeling. Thank you. But,
Right.
I don't know.
No, I mean, it does raise the pickleball community, I guess, into the eyes of
Yeah.
people who maybe aren't seeing it. But let's calm it down just a minute. You know what I mean? The bar was low. I could get into this sport and call myself an athlete, but now we got $1 million teams being
Yeah, if
traded
it blows
left and
up too
right.
fast, I don't know if it's just going to fizzle.
No,
and I don't want
yeah.
it to fizzle. I want it to be around for a while.
Yeah, that's just what I wanted to bring. It just piqued my interest when I
Good
saw
one.
it.
Interesting.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks.
It's time for Pickle Pal.
Shawn, we're so glad to have you here. I'm here with Shawn Paul, not the Shawn Paul rapper you may be all thinking about, but my buddy Shawn Paul who plays pickleball.
Get it a lot. I get it a lot.
I bet you do. Man, you're out there in Cleveland, Ohio, and you've got a lot of things going on out there for not only pickleball, but man, I got to get into this backstory. I'm just gonna pull the curtain back right away. Shawn was homeless, unhoused for a little while. So man, let's hear about that, brother.
Well, and I'm glad you asked that because I don't know if there was a magazine called Voyage Ohio that did an article on me. And of course, I didn't say everything, but now when I'm on the courts, people who read the story, they're like, why were you homeless? So let me get started off right away. No drugs, no alcohol, nothing like that.
Okay. Yeah.
I just made bad decisions and then I'm in a shelter. So bad decisions over a woman, actually, really.
Most bad decisions I find are over women.
Right. So, but yeah, wound up in a shelter and I actually ran a business out of the shelter.
So pickleball came in at some point, right, into your life when you were doing this, when you're, trying to figure things out after. I mean, we're all one bad decision away from being where you were, for sure.
Absolutely.
So yeah, how did pickleball come into this?
Well, I used to be a fighter, so I lived a violent life, and I happened to be in Jackson, Ohio, on business in 2015, and I'm an ex-tennis player. So right across the street from my hotel was a YMCA with beautiful tennis courts. Nobody played tennis. And then this old guy kept coming up to me and saying, hey, it's a pickleball. And I'm like, that was dumb. I never heard of it. I never heard of this dumb
Right.
sport. And I'm like, no. And I would walk over there every day with my tennis rackets on my back and tennis courts were bare. And then I'm telling you, now finally, I'm talking about like months later, I walk in there. He's like, why don't you just give this a try? And I'm just like, I just gave in. I'm like, okay, what is this stupid thing? Put that dumb wooden paddle in my hand, and next thing you know, by the end of the day, I'm like, this is my life.
That's how it goes, right? I mean,
The next day, I bought a $35 paddle off of Amazon, played with it for 2 years, and won a tournament with it. And that's when all these, hey, we could put your name on a paddle. And I'm like, that's awesome.
dang.
And,
you used to be a skateboarder too, right?
Right. I was an amateur. Let me tell you something. You get me going to this. Let me tell you something. Between the 80s and 90s, I was actually an amateur competitive skateboarder. I was sponsored by a company called Reach for the Beach. I don't know if you guys ever had those where you're from, but I was that guy. Like at the end of the tournaments, I would stand up on the ramps and throw stickers out the people,
Wow.
But let me tell you, with that and then the fighting was actually, I thought if I was going anywhere in life, it was that. It was going to be that. And then a car accident retired me. And then when I found pickleball, when I was on one of those assignments, and then it came, so quick.
Yeah. So, you bring up a good point. What I would like, we have major $1 million pickleball teams, and Tom Brady owns a team and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But when you say, you're standing up there throwing off stickers, now I'm getting a vibe for pickleball of like, man, we need to be throwing out stickers. We need T-shirt cannons at pickleball.
Right.
We definitely got to have the music going.
Well, I have at my club where I'm the pickleball coordinator. They're out there playing pickleball, and I'm actually You know, after I check everybody in, I just got YouTube going and I'm reading the room and I'm just playing songs. I'm like,
Oh, so you're a pickleball DJ at your court. That sounds like.
right, exactly.
Yeah.
And then I have a pickleball playlist on my phone. So if I have to get out there and play, it plays. Again, it's reading the room.
For sure.
So I play something upbeat and that's not offensive, you know, to everybody. So
yeah, that's the thing. I mean, it's a huge community, you know, like-minded people. We're all there for the sport and the gathering, the community, you know, and you meet so many new people that become your friends really fast on a pickleball court.
Man, I mean, again, like I travel around this country playing pickleball. And a lot of places I go, I don't know anybody.
Right.
And then when I get to a court, like I was in Atlanta one day, I get to the court and I was in Marietta, Georgia. And after playing a couple hours with these guys, you know, everybody's like, so where you staying? Like, I'm like, I go get a hotel. They're like, get out of here, boy. Come on over here.
Yeah, right.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Fed me, washed my clothes. It was fun.
Yeah, that's what it is all about. It
was right.
It's those fast friendships. So you guys are in the North Royalton, right there in Cleveland, Ohio, right? YMCA for what you're doing right now, right?
Yeah, I run the pickleball program over at North Royalton YMCA Center. They actually have a separate building other than the YMCA that actually has pickleball courts.
Dang. How many courts? 4 courts. Yeah, that's great. That's really good. So in your coordinator duties, what do you find yourself doing the most?
Man, helping people. And I do a lot of lessons. Before me, they didn't have any really pickleball guidance there. So there was a guy before me, but he didn't last for whatever his reasons were. So they've been open since October, and I've only been there a few weeks. So they didn't have like any lessons going, leagues or clinics. And my higher ups, great people they are pickleballers.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So they were doing the best they could with what little bit of knowledge they had, which was just all they had was just open play.
Right.
You know, when I come in, of course, people are like, okay, what are we going to do? Clinics. So we're getting lessons and leagues. And I'm like, I got it. I just walked through the door. Let me get on that.
Yeah.
Everything's working. And we had our first social last Friday. And let me tell you what, everybody loved it. That's when I gave a chance to everybody to meet, talk to me and ask me questions. And
that's
stuff
awesome.
Like that.
Yeah. So for, you know, for the YMCA there for you, you're the pickleball Yoda is how I see it then.
Right. Right. But again, like I said, my powers that be, they're very nice people. And I like the way that I've actually been to places before where people are running pickleball programs and don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
But won't admit it. At least this guy, my boss, Jeff, when he had my interview, he was spouting off with some pickleball stuff. And I'm like, yeah, that's not really right. And he goes, see, Shawn, that's why I need you. I don't know what I'm doing. Makes a difference when you know.
Yeah.
When I get to work and I say something, all I'm expected to hear is, all right.
Yeah, let me run it. Let me run the pickleball. We're going to make it successful. So it's so good to have somebody that's in the ring with you like that, to use a fighter term, you know, being your corner person like that, if you will, so you can go out there and just hit those knockouts like you're doing, man.
It is, man. And like I said, it helps. They're very supporting. You know, in the beginning, it was a question or two, but now, like balls, for one, crabby balls in there. And I'm like, they got these. I'm like, damn, they've been breaking all.
Yeah. And
I'm like, I know what balls we're going to get. And then we got the good balls in there now. So everything's working out.
That's awesome. We have a sponsor called Dink and Balls, DINKN Balls, and we'll have to get you some out there to play with. They're mediocre balls for mediocre players. That's what they like to say on their tagline. So we'll have to get some out to you out there.
I'd like to try them out.
So, you know, Cleveland has some, famous people out there. Has Drew Carey come out to your court yet?
That's what I could think of.
No, he hasn't. But you know what? Believe it or not, we've had famous people pass through here playing, and I've actually gotten pictures with a few. Phillips.
Okay.
He was. I didn't know who he was until I took a picture with him, and he's actually a pretty good player. After we played a couple games, you know, he told me, he didn't tell me who he was. He was just like, yeah, Phillips, I play music. And I'm like, all right, can I get a picture? Because I get pictures with everybody.
Yeah.
Then when he left, everybody's like, hey, you know who that was? I'm like, no, who was? And then even when they told me, I'm still like, okay. Apparently he won American Idol.
Yeah. Yep. That's right.
Then there was another dude who was at the Playhouse Square. I even can't remember his name. He was in town and he was playing some Broadway show.
Sure.
But there's still been a few famous ones there.
Obviously, everybody knows LeBron. I'm sure. I don't know why he's not into pickleball yet, but he's just in everything, right?
He invested in.
Yeah,
he's not playing.
A connection we have. I did a protection detail. I run a safety and security consulting business on the side too, and I've done some protection details for people. But I protected Kid Cudi a couple of years ago when he was here in Austin, and he's from Ohio, so maybe get him We'll give him a shout out right now, Kid Cudi. Go out there to the YMCA in North Royalton and do a little concert on the pickleball court out there for my man Shawn.
That'd be awesome, man. And you know that Dirk's Bentley.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
I saw him on one of those celebrity shows where like it was one of those like charity shows, and all the other celebrities are just hitting the ball over and he's actually playing.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So if Shawn Paul shows up to a court and someone is going to play some walkout music for you, like a fighter, what are you picking?
That's actually a great question. It would be Here Comes the Boom by Nelly.
All right.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I'm jamming to that as you're walking out. Now I'm in your corner for sure.
Yep.
I love Nelly.
Yeah.
All right. So, Shawn, how do people find you? How do people get involved with what you got going on there at the YMCA? How can people... Our podcast is set up for people that are driving across the country and they just want to get a pickup game going somewhere. So people coming through North Royalton there, and they want to get a game going. How do they find you guys?
Well, I'm going to sound vain when I say this. If you Google Shawn Paul Pickleball, SHAW, got to spell it right, it'll take you to everything I got: YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. I mean, seriously. And then I've actually had players from out of town contact me, and then where's the best play to play for certain levels. And I've been a host for people. Like, I'm like, if you make it here, you just park at my house and I'll give you a tour.
Awesome.
Because people do it for me. People do it for me. So, I've actually hosted people in my home because people have done it for me.
Yeah.
So a friend of mine who's not a pickleball, they're like, man, you just let people you don't know stay in your house. But to me, pickleball is different. It's a different world.
It is.
My wife says I don't live in the real world. She says that all the time. Now, hold on. My wife, Lindsay, my beautiful wife, Lindsay.
There you go.
I got to say that in that magazine article, apparently, through the whole article, I refer her to as my supporting wife.
All right, we got you corrected on that, Lindsay. Shawn is saying you're beautiful. We believe it.
So how long you been playing? Can I ask you that question?
Yeah, hey, that's great. So I've only been playing a couple years. I'm the most mediocre player out there. I'll try anything, but and I thought I was kind of like you. I saw it and I'm like, that's just for old people, right? Well, okay, count me in the old group, I guess, because I love it now. Any chance I get to go play. And that's why we started the podcast, to connect people and pickleball all over the United States. So, we love it.
That's great. Your wife plays, right?
She does.
You guys play together on the court?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I got 21 years invested, right?
Right.
Out here in Texas, my wife is my property, so she has to do whatever I tell. I'm just messing with you. But when you come through this area, man, we definitely want to hook up, get on the court with you, just hang out, have some cold beverages if you want after pickleball. Hey, maybe before, and then it gets a lot more fun at that point.
I'm too competitive for that. I don't want to be any scared when I'm
I got you.
Hey, can I say one more thing?
Yes, please.
I want to mention where I am right now is actually my home pickleball club where I actually got started. I started at a YMCA where they taught me.
Right.
And this is the North Ridgeville Racket and Paddle Club where I honed my skills.
Okay. That's where it's at.
So I just want to thank North Ridge Racket and Paddle for everything they've done.
Well, yeah, we want to let people know about Northridge Racket and Paddle then for sure. Get them out there. And listen, if you're going through that area of the country, please go see them. And if you see my man Shawn, challenge him to a game. I want to see what you got.
You don't want to do that.
Don't bring the smoke.
Hey, then I have to pull out my special paddle.
Goodness gracious. Is that you on the paddle?
Yeah, it is. That's great.
That's awesome, bro. I got to get me one of those now. Now I'm jealous. All right. Thank you for being on, Shawn, for the BDE podcast, Big Dink Energy podcast. We thank you for being on. Everybody, please go look up Shawn Paul, SHAWN, for Shawn Paul Pickleball. He is the pickleballer. Shawn, thanks for spending some time with us, brother.
Hey, this was a very fun. I appreciate you asking me to do it.
Dink or destroy. Man, I love saying that. I don't know why that is. It's probably because of the sound in
You
the
say it a
headphones.
lot around the house.
Dink or destroy. That's a segment where we
Doesn't make
dink
you
on
feel
something,
powerful.
we serve it up, and it's good to go. It's a thumbs up for us. Or destroy. That's something we just pass on. It's not for us. We don't like it. Thumbs down. And then you can chime in on this too. Get on our socials and talk about dink or destroy, whatever you liked, whatever you didn't like, and what your hot take was on it. So I've got one that I want to bring to the forefront. And it's near and dear to my heart because I love it. And I think there should be more of it, but it has to be done in the right way. And that's music on the court. Your personal music you bring, like a little speaker.
Absolutely. I will bring it all day long. I will
100%.
dance and I will have a grand old time. Like, I Absolutely, 100%.
But here's the thing. So, with Paddle Princess, it's got to be done in the right way because I know
'Cause
she's
she'll
bringing
bring her country.
She's bringing country.
She bringing country.
Okay, but I can do all genres.
You can.
Yeah, that's true. But I just feel like, if you would let me know ahead of time, I would put my Daisy Dukes on.
If you'd let me know ahead of time, I could mute it.
But I mean, it just brings another element of fun to the game.
So much fun.
It's already such a social
yeah.
and fun game, but when you put something out there that you can groove to and you can use your paddle as a microphone and dance around, I mean, it just makes it even more fun.
For those of you who missed it, she said groove.
Yes.
Like, how old are you?
Yeah. Well,
I'm getting up there, okay.
Paddle Princess is our 1800s prospector here. Consarn it.
So, okay. So the real question, I think, is what's on the playlist?
Yeah, so
Right.
that's why I said it's got to be managed in the right way. I'm all for you. You want to play some classic rock where I can turn my paddle into a guitar and shred in between dinks and smashes? Absolutely. I'm
And I
all
also
for it.
think it matters, like, if there's 8-9 courts and everybody's got music going, that's not going to be fun.
Right.
But,
Yeah.
So you got to have a little bit of decorum and say, these people are here now, so we need to turn our music down or off, But sometimes you're just playing by yourself with just your friends. It's like, absolutely.
Yeah, and this is just me, obviously. I don't want to have to hear the F word every
That's what
single
was going through
word
my
while
head.
I'm dinking.
And,
because-
I'm a huge fan of rap and hip hop.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
And I like to play it when I work
But we
out.
bring our kids.
Yeah, I like
bring
to
my
play it in
kids.
my ear holes, like you would like to say. But I
love
don't
your
think
ear holes. They're the best.
I don't think that that's something for everybody to be hearing.
I agree.
So I mean, that's where country comes in safe. Classic rock, pretty much safe. Or anything on Spotify with explicit turned off. But I
Right.
mean,
if
if
you're
you're
at the
playing
city
WAP,
park-
we know what it says. So
Exactly.
let's not do that.
Yeah.
And choose something just fun. Like everybody, there's those songs like everybody likes, it doesn't matter. Like you put on Don't Stop Believin', there's nobody that's going to be like, can you shut that down? I mean,
Yeah, yeah,
everybody likes that.
Yeah, everybody likes Journey.
So, and I kind of feel like if you play that type of music, like old skating rink music and, just
Yes.
Oh,
the
excuse your age.
classics, the classic,
Yeah.
those fist pumping songs,
Yes.
where everyone's like,
Dad
oh,
rock.
Yeah, like, oh, this is
Dad
my
rock.
jam.
Or yacht rock. I'm okay with yacht rock too.
Everybody likes it.
What I don't want to hear is centipede,
No.
spider. I'm not entering the matrix. You know what I mean?
What is that type of music?
EDM.
Yeah. First of all, why do you know that? Second of all,
Not to be confused with EMD, which is orchestral maneuvers in the dark, which is great.
okay.
I've never heard of either one.
I'm so lost right now. I'm so lost.
I've never heard of either
Sure,
one of those
that's
genres.
unique to you.
Okay, well, back to
Oh.
what type of music we would be playing. So Stephanie would definitely bring
I think I'm okay. I'm okay with the 90s and some.
Yeah.
country.
80s, 80s music. Oh, everybody loves
Everybody loves
80s. A
80s
little
music.
Jesse's Girl.
Little
Yes.
honka tonk,
Little Hall and
donka
Oates.
donk.
That is not 80s.
That's
Oh, I'm sorry.
what are no.
That is definitely not 80s.
I don't know.
A little Hall and you do know.
I do know Hall & Oates, obviously, but I'm thinking
Right.
about
A little
something
Air
else.
Supply. Like you play that, everyone's
I agree
popping
with
off.
Okay. All right. So, listen, I'm all about it.
It's a dink. A dink for me.
Oh, okay. Paddle
It's
Princess.
a dink when done tastefully.
Okay, I can go with that. Yeah, managed in the right way, small enough speaker. I don't need your boom box. I don't need to hear you 18
Who's aging
blocks
themselves
away.
now?
Yeah, did you walk
Boombox?
onto the court with it on your shoulder, guy?
Why wouldn't I? I mean, I'm wearing my headband and my wristbands. Why wouldn't I? And my pockets are hanging out the bottom of my shorts. I'm all about it. We're dinking definitely on the music on the court, provided it's managed and done in the right way. Now, let me talk about our sponsor because I love our sponsor. I know you all do too. Our sponsor, Dink and Balls. Listen, Dink and Balls are here to spice up your court time. We know that. Dink and Balls are for the mediocre player. They're definitely for me. I'm not trying to get the high-speed balls. I'm not trying to get the most expensive balls, but I am also trying to give back to something when I'm buying balls. Because we're buying balls left and right around here, but I just like saying balls. But anyhow, Dink and Balls is here. They're USAPA standard, built for laughs, designed for players who know the best games are about fun and not the trophies. Definitely not the trophies. Every purchase of Dink and Balls supports your military and first responders. Why wouldn't you buy Dink and Balls? Your balls should make a difference on and off the court, I say. So stop playing with bland balls. Go to dinkandballs.com and get yours today. That's DINKN balls.com. Dink and Balls. Play with confidence even if you shouldn't. So let's get back into it.
found, heard, and learned.
Let me start off with something that I found. And as I did some more research, I don't think it's fully fleshed out now yet, but I can see it coming. So I wanted to talk about it early on. I want to, and maybe I'm not going to be an early adopter, but there's a dating app coming for finding your perfect pickleball player.
I saw that.
Oh
I don't
my
know
gosh.
what side of TikTok I'm on
Yeah.
because it shouldn't be that, but I did see that.
With our joint Facebook page. That's probably how you came to it.
I scrolled past it, so I don't know much about it, but
No, and so, but I started thinking, so is this something we need? Is it something
No.
do we need a dating app
Nobody
for
needs
pickleball
that.
players? Well,
I mean, why not? If it's something you're interested in, and why not meet up with somebody who likes the same interest? Isn't that part of the problem? Is you go to a bar and find somebody, and then you find out like they don't like anything you do. So,
But isn't that also built into? I mean, I've never been on a dating app, so I wouldn't know. But from what I understand is that you can also build in your likes and dislikes and things like that, and that's how they do their little algorithm and match you up. So, is it necessary to have another app? I mean, we're doing Christian Mingle, we're doing pickleball dating, we're doing, every single thing doesn't need its own niche.
but
Just because somebody doesn't like pickleball yet doesn't mean that they might not be the right match for you.
I think pickleball is a great first date.
I think pickleball's
it
a
is too.
great first date.
Yeah, but I mean,
think it'd be a lot of fun.
But in our social media heavy virtual world that we've developed
too
around
much.
ourselves now, I don't think the younger crowd is not finding each other necessarily on the courts, maybe just yet.
Right.
But you know what? I know this sidebar. I saw some pickleball companies or courts doing a pickleball singles night.
Yeah, absolutely. They should.
I
So
did
that's
see that too.
fantastic.
For sure.
I think that that's fun because I think that that's like an organic way to actually meet people face to face.
Yeah.
And you get to have conversations with people, get to see like their actual facial expressions, get to know if they're being genuine or not. It's not like a swipe left or right or up or down or whatever they do. But
Swipe right if you bring post-game snacks.
right. I think that, like Guy was saying, the digital world and the social media world, it's just getting too much.
Yeah, like are
go
you just going to sit around and talk to each other about pickleball on social? Like get out.
Yes, meet people face to face.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's great. I don't know if we need a whole site dedicated to pickleball players.
Lovers.
And because tennis already has that love thing going on for them with the way
Right.
they keep score, from what I understand. So I don't know.
Yeah, interesting.
I thought it was interesting. I don't know if we're ready for it and we need it. I don't think it's a need, but that was something I came across that I found that I thought was pretty interesting. Anyhow,
It is, and it might be great for some people. For me, being somebody who's been married over a decade, it just to me
gross.
it's just not appealing.
Yeah.
Well, Paddle Princess, you had a learned.
Yes. Okay, so my learned is something that came that I learned, but this is coming from somebody who is very, very novice, very, very amateur. So to this,
Is that you?
yes, some of y'all may already know this. But what I learned is that when you're on the court, the left player hits 70% of the balls and the right player hits 30%. And the reason for that is because when you're playing doubles and you're playing side by side, the left player is always going to hit the center shots so that the right hand player doesn't have to hit backhand. And the right side player should always hit with their forehand. And it leaves the left side to take over those shots.
I taught this to my sister over the weekend.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I was like, you be over there and stop trying to use that backhand you've never used ever.
Yeah,
and
right.
I think that's why like people who don't know a lot about pickleball, including myself when we started, it was like, why is that person a court hog? Like they're ball hogging.
Yeah.
But really, that's what they're supposed to be doing.
Well, and to me, it was like, I never knew who was supposed to get it. Because I'm like, am I supposed to go backhand it and reach across? Or am I supposed to let them get it? I always felt awkward because I didn't know. And mainly because I don't really know all of the rules and how to play. I just like to play for fun. But this was very insightful to me because now I don't feel like if I'm on the left-hand side, I'm encroaching on the right-hand side person. And if I'm on the right-hand side, I don't feel like I'd have to go and try to backhand it.
Yeah.
I could play my place.
I agree with that because, if I see some of these people two-handing a backhand, I'm like, holy crap. I'm not even I'm not even getting to a backhand. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm doing like a third hand or something that I'm trying to do, and then I see people switching paddles and stuff like that. I don't get it. It's too much for me. And so this makes a lot more sense when you say 70% on that one side. That's awesome. I think that's something our listeners are going to resonate with too.
It is too much to do all that, but I will tell you, I try it all the time. 'Cause
Okay,
you
do.
I just think I am
You gotta
going to.
Yeah,
dominate.
you're always the most.
I just want to be
You're
cool and
always
be
the
like,
most.
watch this. It doesn't do well, but
Yeah.
I love it. I'm like, put me on the left.
I think
I certainly
forward,
shoved my sister into the right. I'm like, you stay over there.
Moving
There you
forward,
go.
I'm just going to play with 2 paddles. I think is what it's going to be.
Okay, so I have heard
All
this
right,
week.
what'd you
By the
hear?
way, I don't think our listeners know that when we show up to do the podcast, we don't know what each other are bringing to Found Her.
Yeah, that's right.
No, we don't.
That's
We
right.
don't. It's a surprise to everybody.
Yeah.
So
Just further showing that we definitely don't know what we're doing. We're so glad you stayed this long.
I feel like with my herd, I feel like humanity has literally run out of manicure ideas.
Oh, Lord.
Of what?
Manicure?
Like for your
What is
fingers?
the newest one?
Yes. Furry nails.
Ew.
Seriously?
Furry nails.
I'm in.
So it's like a chia pet on your nail. It's like fur. I
Just
literally don't-
attached to your
Now,
nose.
is
Like,
this-
to your acrylic.
like you glue it.
Yes,
and then
and
it-
so you look like Teen Wolf.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Teen
Teen Wolf.
Wolf. No, Wolf is what came out.
Like I'm just saying, like I'm not trying to eat my food with a side of lint.
Well, okay, so let me ask this. Is it real or is it generic?
It doesn't matter. That's disgusting.
No, it's like
Am I going to get red paint thrown on me? Like, oh, fur is
no, it's
murder.
not that. It's not that type of fur. It's just like the material
the
you could buy at
fuzzy
Hobby
stuff.
Lobby, and it's like carpet on your nails. It's like a mullet manicure.
So, like, if you're eating some corn or something,
Yeah.
and then you get like a bite of nasty.
And then someone was saying that like you wash your hands and your hair, and then it stays in there like a.
and then the mold.
Yes,
Think
and
of
it
the mold that's gonna
stinks.
grow.
And somebody on, I think it was TikTok. I don't know
That's
how
too
I
much.
get this
What
stuff.
is going? What
I
are your
know.
feeds giving me? This is.
And I didn't have TikTok for a while, so
I know you
Yeah.
were coming by like a druggie. Let me get a little scroll.
Now we need to figure out
Such a
what's going on in your For You page.
right. And so I saw these. You guys got to go look it up. I'm telling you,
I don't want
it's
to. I don't want it on
disgusting.
my feed.
And then someone else was saying like they were standing next to somebody with them, and it smelled horrible.
I can
Oh, I can only imagine.
So y'all just get out there and
Yeah,
and
'cause, I mean,
check
so
out
I'm gonna-
furry nails.
I'm gonna
No.
dip into the pickle jar. I'm keeping on topic here
Oh.
with my nails,
And then can you imagine the bacteria that
Just-
you're putting in the pickle jar?
I'm just-
Nope.
I already have enough reasons not to like people. Please don't put beef.
and you know I like my nails.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I will never
Please,
ever.
thank you.
No.
Thank you for that.
So,
both,
just-
of you. Both of you. Thank
Hey,
you
look
for
at-
doing
look,
that for
see?
me.
No, mine are press-ons. I always do the press-ons. Stephanie gets hers done fantastic. They're gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
Mine are just cheap press-ons. But I will never do furry press-ons.
Now, hey, y'all heard something today?
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
Go look it up.
That's it for this episode. Unless you've got something to say, think we got it wrong, have a better take, we want to hear it. Find us at bdepodcast.com or at BDE Podcast on the socials. Drop us a message. We might just feature you in the next episode. If you had a good time, well, samesies. If not, maybe try again. We grow on people. So you know the deal. Follow the show, tell a friend, and leave us a review. Or just pretend this never happened. Until next time, keep the dink soft and the energy big.